Right, good morning guys. Today's class is regarding logarithmic mean temperature difference for counterflow. We already done with the parallel flow part. The difference between the counter and the parallel flow is the flow of the two fluids, the hot and the cold fluid. Here in the counter flow, hot fluid and cold fluid move in opposite direction. If you see, hot fluid is flowing in this direction and cold fluid is moving in other direction, and that is the main difference between parallel and counter flow. Here we are finding the heat exchange, the amount of heat exchanged between the two fluids, which is hot and cold fluid. Usually hot fluid will give away the heat and cold fluid will absorb the same amount of heat which is absorbed, which is given by the hot fluid. The exchange of heat can be done here by using a method called logarithmic mean temperature difference. This is a flow arrangement diagram. We are going to the area part. This is hot fluid inlet and this is hot fluid outlet. As temperature of the hot fluid is decreasing because it is giving energy to the cold fluid, the graph is declining here. As it is counter flow, this will be our cold fluid inlet and this is cold fluid outlet. The heat given by the hot fluid is absorbed by the cold fluid, so its temperature goes on increasing. The difference between the inlet of hot and outlet of cold, which is Th1 and Tc2, is theta1. The difference between outlet of hot and inlet of cold, which is Th2 minus Tc1, is theta2. The basic difference between the slightest difference in the hot fluid is denoted by dTh. The same way, the slightest difference of temperature in the cold fluid is defined by dTc. In the elemental area we took dA, so it is a small area dA. In the small elemental area, the change in temperature in the hot fluid is dTh, the change in temperature of the cold fluid is dTc. Now we are going to write the rate of flow heat through the elemental area, which is dA. It is simple thing, U dA Th minus Tc. This is a simple logic. We have three modes of heat transfer. One is conduction, convection and radiation. For conduction we definitely write Ka delta T. For convection we write Ha delta T, and for radiation we write sigma A delta T power 4. So for conduction we have thermal conductivity. For convection we have heat transfer coefficient. For radiation we have Stefan Boltzmann constant. But here in heat exchanger we comprise of all three modes of heat transfer, so we are taking some universal or overall heat transfer coefficient, which is U. As we are taking elemental area A dA, which is dA, change in temperature is hot fluid temperature minus cold fluid temperature. In the place of Th minus Tc we are writing delta T, or sometimes we refer it as theta. Now from simple thermodynamic process, which is dq is equal to mcp delta T, we are writing the same thing for hot fluid and cold fluid. dq is equal to mh, which is mass flow rate of a hot fluid. Cp is specific heat, which is for hot fluid. dTh is the smallest change in the temperature for the elemental area dA we took. The same thing for cold fluid, mcp delta T. For mc means it is a mass flow rate of a cold fluid. Cp is specific heat of cold fluid, and dTc is the smallest temperature of change for the cold fluid for the elemental area dA. Here negative sign indicates the decrease in the temperature in the direction of heat. If you see, the heat is transferring from this point to this point, so this is the direction of heat. In the direction of heat, the hot fluid temperature is decreasing, if you see, and the cold fluid temperature is also decreasing because this is Ts2 and this is Ts1. Tc2 is greater than Tc1, so in the direction of heat for both fluids, temperature is decreasing. So we are taking it as a negative sign both parts. Writing again the same thing again, dq is equal to minus mh cph dth, bringing this here to the denominator part. Dth is equal to minus dq by mh cph, comprising it as ch. So ch, we are writing it as ch. Ch is the heat equivalent for a hot fluid. The same thing with the cold fluid, dh minus mc cpc dtc, bringing it here. So dTc is equal to minus dq by mc cpc, writing it as cc, capital Cc, which is heat equivalent for a cold fluid. Substituting equation 1 and equation 2, subtracting equation 1 and 2, which is dTh minus dTc, minus dq is taken as common, 1 minus ch minus 1 minus cc, minus in the form of dq. Here you have already given the rate flow heat of elemental area dA, which is dq is equal to minus u dA and th minus tc. In the form of dq we wrote it 1 by ch 1 by cc. dq is equal to minus u dA, th minus tc is theta, dth minus dtc is some d theta. 1 by ch minus 1 by cc. Bringing this theta to the denominator part, d theta by theta is equal to minus u dA 1 by ch minus 1 by cc. Now you integrate in the equation from area 0 to a. Theta is equal to integral 1 by theta d theta. For area it is 1 integral 0 to a. For theta it will be theta 1 to theta 2. We know that 1 by x dx is log x. Here it is 1 by theta d theta, so it is log theta base e. Limits are theta 1 to theta 2. For integral 1 dA, limits 0 to a, it will be a. So u, which is minus u, here it is a. The remaining part is 1 by ch minus 1 by cc. Upper limit minus lower limit, which is log theta 2 by log theta 1, as it is having some base e, so it is a natural log form. So ln theta 2 by ln theta 1 minus ua 1 by ch minus 1 by cc. And we know that log a minus log b is equal to log a by b. So here we written as ln theta 2 by theta 1 minus ua 1 by ch minus 1 by cc. Now you are writing the total heat transfer rate between the two fluids, which is mCp dt. For hot fluid, it is q is equal to mh cph th1 minus th2, which is hot fluid inlet minus hot fluid outlet. For the same thing for cold fluid, it's mc cpc tc2 minus tc1. tc2 is the outlet fluid of a cold fluid, outlet temperature of a cold fluid. tc1 is inlet temperature of a cold fluid. Here we are writing it as 2 minus 1. Why? Because the outlet temperature of cold fluid is high when compared to inlet temperature of a cold fluid, so it is written as tc2 minus tc1. Where mHCpH is capital CH, mCCPC is capital CC. This CH is the heat equivalent of a hot fluid. This mCC is the heat equivalent of a cold fluid. You cross multiplying that 1 by CH is equal to TH1 minus TH2 by Q. Cross multiplying again, 1 by Cc is equal to Tc2 minus Tc1 by Q. Substituting these two in the equation 3, you will have ln theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus ua. Substituting in the form of 1 by Ch, th1 minus th2 by q. In the form of in the place of cc, 1 by cc, it is tc2 minus tc1 by q. Simply you are writing it as th1. The minus tc2 part is here, taking minus from common from th1 th2, so it is minus th2. Here minus into minus is plus tc1, so as you are taking minus common, this will be minus tc1. It is simple plus and minus thing. You go through, you will easily understand it. And from the graph we know that theta 1 is th1 minus tc2, theta 2 is th2 minus tc1. Writing the same thing here, th1 minus tc2 is theta 1, th2 minus tc1 is theta 2, right? So minus, multiplying again the same equation with minus, which will be ua by q into theta 2 minus theta 1. Theta 1 minus theta 2 became theta 2 minus theta 1. Okay, q is equal to, now you cross multiplying it, bring q here and ln theta 2 by theta 1 to the denominator. Then q is equal to ua theta 2 minus theta 1 by ln theta 2 by theta 1. Assuming this theta 2 minus theta 1 by ln theta 2 by theta 1 as theta m, which is our logarithmic mean temperature difference. So theta m is equal to theta 2 minus theta 1 by ln theta 2 by theta 1. If you want 1 minus 2, multiply the whole thing with minus, then it will be theta 1 minus theta 2 by ln theta 1 by theta 2.